Today is December 23rd, 2010, and we're at the City of Laguna Beach Animal Shelter. And 2 days ago, the rain started, and this is what we have. The creek overflowed. You can see all of the mud. And all of the debris. The canyon is closed. I'll show you the creek that did all of this damage. As you can see, it came up extremely high. There's a storage container that the shelter was using to store all of their equipment because they're getting ready for a remodel. And you will see here shortly that that pod is over at the sea line. Right there. So it slid from all the way over there to there. There were a couple of mudslides. You can see all the mud. And now here's the entrance to the shelter. And we're going to go inside to see. You can see all of this. You have to use a ramp. Here's all the sandbags. And now we're in. You can see right there. There is the level. That's about 3, almost 4 feet worth of liquid mud. Here's the bathroom. It's full of mud. The toilet is full of mud as well. And again, there is the mud line. So here's the office where the volunteers normally work. You can see everything is completely covered in mud. Here's the floor. Here's our desk. This is where Farah was.
Right. So what we're going to do, I'll communicate to administration that we need to probably get a private hazmat responder right here to remove some of the water and all that.
Is
but we're basically
the employee office.
Yeah. Forget it. We're not going to try
It's a little dark, but you can see the computers are completely destroyed. You can see that the mud came up about maybe 4 feet in here. Everything is destroyed. Go ahead. Again, this is the lobby. This is where Farah was. Unfortunately, we lost Farah, our rabbit. There's the cat. Tree. Here's where the cats normally are taken care of and housed. As you can see from that cat tree how high up the water came. Cages are completely covered. There's mud everywhere. Came all the way back here. Here is the other cat room. Mud's even up in here. And flooded right here. Full of water and mud. Okay. So now this is where the dogs would normally be. There's out there. Now this is where the dogs would be. So the water even came all the way out into here. You can see that completely all the way in the back. Here's all the runs are completely covered. This is where the dogs were. They were in here when the water came up, but they all had benches and were able to get up like this for Harvey. he was able to get up. But you can see the mud. You can see the water line right there. And if I come out, you can see from all the way back here, that's higher than the chair. Some more dog cages. You can see on the run right there that came up that high. Now we have all the debris. Again, you can see on the wall how high up the water came in on that back door. Tennis balls from the yard. We'll go out and take a peek at the yard. Here's our yard where the dogs usually get to play. Not so much now. You can see how high up it came, and this is completely flooded now, which normally would be a walkway for the visitors to come visit. Again, that's how high up it came. Again, on the walls. Now this is the back area where we keep quarantined animals, and even all the way back here in the very back, that's how high up it came. If I pan out, you can see on that gray container, it's completely flooded. You see right there on the wall and on the door. This is our quarantine area, and it is as well. And you can see all the way in the back there are the containers for when they were getting ready for the remodel, completely covered. All full of mud. Completely full of mud. Got up into those cages. Got even into the room where we keep all of the cleanser. And here is where we would normally wash the dogs. Here is the washing machine up on its side. The grooming table on its side. It even got all the way up into the top of this cage. You can tell it's completely covered. If we look, this is the back entrance. And shampoo bottles, everything are all the way out here. This is, again, what it looked like that pod again was over here on this side, and now it's all the way on the other side of the parking lot where the sea lions are. So if we come back, you can again see how high the water came. The washing machine on its side, the tub about ready to fall over. Completely flooded. And here's the kitchen. You can see the refrigerator is completely down. Everything has fallen off. It's a little dark for you to see, but this desk right here is completely covered in mud. The dryer completely covered in mud. Can't see in the feed room. Looks like there's some mud. But the washing or the refrigerator on its side. Again, if you look here, here's all the water. Everything fell off of this table. And here is the back area. Everything is again completely covered in mud. This seems like thicker mud. There's the back yard, all washed away. Again, here's the back, completely covered in mud. Again, here's the line, the water line. Completely in a sludge of mud. And see, it even all the way got it back up into there, into the back of the cage. Again, the barrels. It even got up on here where the cage, where the carriers are even kept, completely covered. So, the animal shelter is completely underwater and mud. As I'm stepping through all this water, harnesses, everything just destroyed. Poor Harvey's cage. Harvey made it, by the way. You can see the dog bed in this cage is completely covered in mud. Poor Davy. This is where Peppermint Patty was. Again, just destroyed. One of the big dogs were in here. Everything just mud. Mud, mud, and more mud. Last visit out the front door. The water came up that high. You can see on the front counter. So again, today is December 23rd, 2010. We are under mud at the animal shelter, and this happened 2 days ago.